Okay, so we're back. So within the lecture week 8 videos and multimedia, I'm starting to post the videos. The first one was an overview. We looked at a few things, and this last one, did the descriptive statistics. This one, we're going to do the distribution. And in this particular step, we need to actually use the what do you call it? We need to use the assisted thing. What is? Oh man, my brain just like totally burnt. So I need to bring over our stats, copy it, and paste it. And now we're going to do distribution. Distribution. This gives us a view. This will give us a really excellent view of the data. So here's what I want to do. I want to delete everything that's down here. So everything we did in the last thing, delete. Just deleted the rows because we need nothing else on here except for the project. So I'm going to show you what to do. So I'm going to go up to the top. Take a quick look at, well, one, we could look at the sample. See, this is what we're going to create. And so we have to copy over this table here. And I'll show you how to do that. So it's located in the assistance document. That was the word I was thinking of. Assistance document, DOI. And I got the distribution key here. And then here I explain how I want to do it. So move the dataset header to row 105. So let's do that first. So it's at 1. Insert. Now, I want to move it to 105. So basically I want to hit this button. This is the repeat button, Control Y, 104 times. Let's see where it ends up. Whoa, we went way over. So if I want it to get to 105, that's the fastest it's ever gone. We're recording? We are. So header row is at 105. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Next step. Copy and paste so total count is directly above total paid. Total count right here is above total paid. So if I was to copy the N, which I'm not, well, I guess I can't. I have to go 2 over from the total paid because that's total count, and so it has to be copied and pasted to the left. So I'm going to highlight this, hit Control C to copy. It's highlighted. I'll open up our data set. And total paid is right here. So under T is where I want to paste this. T and then hit paste. Now it should have gone in and actually added everything up. Yeah, it did. It did it. I have to do something a little bit different in order to get the percentages to work. And I think I talk about it in here. We're like almost done with this, really. Okay, where is it? That's what I just copied. What does it say here? Make sure to clear everything below. We did that already. And then to complete the percent total paid, type equal, then click on D2, which is the total count, divided by, and then enter N. Let's try it. So equal total count divided by 250. Is that right? Put that in the center, turn it into a percentage, double click it. I'm going to make it a smaller font. Let's see how it goes. So this counted up to here, and then there is this amount here. So it's a little bit different because this is everything above 50,000. This is everything below 50,000. If we add these two together, it should equal 100%, and that's what we want. Boom. Good. Okay. So this is just purely a count. Wait a minute. Was I supposed to sort it first? No, I wasn't supposed to. Okay. Yeah, okay. I built in some equations to make this easier. So just 250. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to start graphing. I'm going to put it over here. I like to put it over to the left. And what we want to do is we want to count the range. So there's 23 zeros. We knew that from our descriptives, if you recall. It was 23 zeros. And then we had the average and everything else. And we're going to add that after we get this. Did I write that? Distribution, yeah. So I'm going to highlight the range count all the way down to right here. And then I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to choose a simple 2D column. There we go. I'm going to try to bring it up top, and then I'll expand it. And I know it's like but I want to see where it's going. All right, here we go. Actually, let's put it right there. And now we'll go over here to the left, and I'll expand it out. Okay, so here is our distribution of claims by the range of amounts, and it's in $500 ranges. So I need to fix this bottom thing. So I'm going to left click on one of these and go to Select Data. And for the horizontal, I'm going to give it, do we keep the zeros? I can't remember. Let's try it and then see. I think we take the zeros out, if I'm not mistaken, because it's not a good thing. Hit OK, hit OK. Did that improve it? It did. Okay, so although it's supposed to be greater than, I think sometimes I take the zeros out so it starts right at 500. Let me format the axis. Yeah, that's not really helping me, is it? What happens if I shrink down the numbers a little bit? Does that give me more? Kinda. That's kind of nice. But I want the greater than here. And it'd be nice if it was in increments. Oh, didn't want to do that. Control Z. But here's what we need to add to this. What do we have here? This is work comp claim distribution. So I'm going to say number of claims per $500 increments. Something like that. Maybe I spelled increments wrong. We did everything. So N is equal to 250. There's other things I want to put in here, but I can't remember what it is. Let's just leave it for now. I'll come back to it. See, when you put in titles and stuff like that. No, I don't think we really need a legend, but one thing I like to do, one thing I want you to notice is, do you see how many are down here below, 2,500? I think that's 2,500. I think that's 3,000. Is that right? Yeah, that's 3,000. That's 2,500. Almost all of them are here. There are very few. There's this handful here, I believe 11, that are greater than 50,000. And what I want to do now, I should probably add some things here. So if I click on here and I click plus, I can add access titles, which I think we should do. It's a professional thing. We can look at different styles of charts. We can actually have the numbers built in there. I kind of like that. You guys can choose. You can choose what you want, but you want something that looks professional. I think there's also a way to look at them here. So you can make it dark. Ooh, that's kind of nice too, huh? So you decide what you want to do with this. Access title. These are. This is work comp claims paid, total paid. Sorry, can't read when that thing is there. Claims total paid per $500 increments. And then this title here is the count. 1, 2, 3. If you're a Sesame Street fan, you'd get that. All right, so let's add some more information to this, such as what if, I want to know how much is here. So we need to also know some of the other stuff. So I'm going to bring over my descriptive so I can add some things. So I'm going to go copy. I'm going to go over here. Now instead of hitting paste, I'm going to right click. I want to do a paste special. Let's do a picture. See what I did there? There's a lot of different ways to paste, and this one allows me to do a picture. So now I can just look at it, and I can also shrink it down. I can do whatever I want. Now this table is going to have a number, and we'll figure that out for when we do the assignment. But just kind of letting you guys know that I may want to actually put in here figure 1. I mean, you don't have to. But this is the work comp claim distribution, number of claims per 1 increment, n equals 250. I could say total paid is equal to that amount there. Sorry, I'm going to have to shrink it down so I can see it. Up. Now I can see it. If you, when you're doing your work on this, you're starting to get different numbers than me, we got to talk. Because either I'm wrong or you're wrong. There we go. Neat. We also have other things we can point out, which I want to do, like the average per claim is about 7,000. So if I go, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So if I go insert shapes and get like an arrow, and I want to go in at 7,000. But I'm going to give it a different color, I think. So pointing at 7,000, I'm going to change the fill to maybe this, or and I can do the outline different. Do it in black. You see that? And then if I go insert text box, I type average claim paid is equal to, and what is it, 69 something? 69.75. Okay. Text box is really weirdly shaped. Here's the other thing I can do is I can highlight this and I can change the font to a white and then make it bold. There, look at that. So now people can look at this. It's a distribution of claims. The average claim paid is about this amount here. The median amount is right around 1,200. So I'm going to click on my thing, copy, paste, brings it up here. I don't know why. 1,200. So here's 1,000. So this is 500, this is 1,000. So 1,200, I'm going to say is probably right about there. I'm just going to highlight this and go copy, paste. And I'm going to say median claim paid is, what's the number? 1239. 1239. The one thing that I'm interested in now, I mean, that's me, 50th percentile. So 50% of the claims are under this amount. That's what this means. This is the average. Why are these different? Now, if we had a nice normal curve, or normal curve, the median and the average would be very close together, but they're not. It's asymptotic. That's the shape. It's not the bell curve. It's asymptotic. Most of the stuff is down here. And by the way, these zero claims, if we counted everything that was zero, it'd be somewhere way up here. So it would go down. This is just as what got filed, okay, in a report. I want to know how much in these 11 here. So we have, I'm going to copy, paste. I don't know why it puts it up there. I'm going to say right here. These are over 50,000. Those are the 11. And I want to know how much that counts. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this header row, hit data, and hit filter. And then I'm going to sort by total paid, high to low. What that did is it sorted everything. If you just sort it by one thing, it'll just sort that one row. So this is what I want to add. I want to find out how much are these 11. So I'm going to go equal sum. Sorry, I have to go back. And I'm going to highlight anything. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Everything above 50,000, which is these 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Because I saw it went to 52 and hit return. And I think I need to shrink this. What the heck, man? Dude. Quit messing with me. There. Now I can blow it up again. So right here. So these 11 claims were almost $1 million. I'm going to bring this up here and kind of take a look at it here. So I'm going to go equal. This is called portaling. I'm going to create a portal for right here. I'm going to hit return. And I'm going to drag it over and it'll bring up that number for me. But of course, there. That shouldn't be a percent. That should be a currency. Stupid. Thank you. Get rid of the pennies. So, 11 claims. 11 claims greater than $50,000 accounts for what percent of the total? I'm going to click on that amount divided by, I'm going to go 1743740, and that has to be a percentage. 52%. 11 claims. And what is 11 claims equal? 11 claims out of 250. What percent do they represent? 4.4%. 4.4% of the most expensive claims represent 52.7% of everything that's been paid over the 5 years or whatever that we have data. That, by definition, is an outlier. So next week, what we're going to do is we're going to analyze the outliers in many different ways. But that is why these things are so different. Because that's the natural, in the real world, representation of distribution of claims by severity. There are very few of high severity, either a lot of time off or cost a lot of money or they're disasters. They're very infrequent, but when we include them in our descriptive statistics, calculating, say, the average cost of a claim, it gets skewed. It's skewed because of this. If we were to take this out, this average claim would go way down. Hey, why don't I prove it to you? All right, let's see what it is. So I'm going to go back over to my descriptives. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to save my work first. And I'm going to sort this. I'm going to turn the header row into a filter. I'm going to filter by total paid, high to low. I'm going to delete these. Why was I going to do that? I was going to see if the median and the average become closer. So they're pretty far apart. I'm going to delete these. I'm not going to delete them permanently. I'm going to reverse it in a second. So now what are these two? Now it's 3,000 and 1,100. Still a little bit apart. The most expensive claim is now $47,000. The total went from 1.7 to 824,000. And the maximum, this was like at 8 or 9%. Now it's down to 5.7. I'm going to do a Control Z to go backwards and put them all back. And if I want to sort it back by the date, what I could do is go back to the numbers. And now it's into the original format that it was in. So that's what the skewing does. See, where it's 1.7 again. The highest one is 118, which isn't that high. The median is, so it's between 7,000 and 1,200. What did it do? It came down to 3,400 by removing 11 claims. 11 claims. So now I need to explain what this is here. I'm going to go insert text box, and I'm going to say 11 claims greater than $50,000 this is actually 4.4%. 4.4% of total number represents how much? 919,211. 919,211. Is that right? 211 or 52.71%. Or 52.7%. Is that what it was? 52.7? 54.71. Yeah. 52.71% total paid. So we can't read that. So I need to highlight it, turn it white, make it bold. That is amazing, okay? Total number. There, that's better. Better description. Make sure it makes sense. And there we go. Look at that. 11 claims, which are greater than 50,000, representing only 4.4% of the 250 claims total, represents $919,000 or 52% of the total paid. There you go. So if I say the average paid is this much, how many claims are fall into that range there? A couple. Okay, that's what I want you guys to realize from this. This is a very important finding, something that I've been talking about for a long time. So when people start, running, saying the average of something, this is what it means. So when we looked at the numbers from the DWD, Department of Workforce Development last week, and they said this is the average amount. They took the total amount divided by the number, and they gave us the average. But in the real world, how much do claims really cost? And here's the other question. Are these, well, let's say anything up here, are these different from cause and location and stuff than these? Or are the basic elements of the claim or the accident that led to the claim are the same? It's just for some reason these are more expensive. That's the question. And that's the question we're going to try to answer next week. That's an important question to answer. Too many people assume that this average is what is typically paid. I also found out that when a claim is filed and they know what type of accident or incident it is and how the person's being treated, they estimate how much it's going to cost. And they told me in a meeting last week that it is that they're fairly accurate. But the one thing I'm finding is that I think there's always a chance to save it a little bit with aggressive claim management. Though my statement is anecdotal at best. So create this table. This gives you a chance to really create cool things. I like this. This is kind of neat. How different is this than the example I gave you? Oh, wait. Always save your work. I'm going to save it under a different name. I should save it under descriptives and distribution. But here's the example. Any different? So she explained that, and 440. They didn't include the $0 claims. We did. Their median was about 300. Their average is about 3,900. Approximately 88% is below the average. Well, we could actually figure that out too. We could figure that's easy to calculate. Their 11 claims represented this percent. So it's a little bit of a different data set. A little bit different. But you can kind of see how it gives you insight into it. So what percent is below, 69.75? I could easily find that out. Is this still sorted high to low? Yep. So let's see. Where is 69.75? It's about right here. So everything below this. So how many claims are in between 149 and 106? Equal 149 minus 106, 43. It actually might be one different because you actually count that. So it might be 44, I think. It might be 44. So 44 of 250. So above is 17.6%. If we were to take the reciprocal of that, what would it be? Turn that into, so I mean, this is me just kind of doing some extra work. I'll think about it later. I just didn't want to make that, you know. So if I did this, what's the reciprocal of that? Well, if it's 250, it would be 206, right? 82.4% of the claims, 82.4% of the claims are below this point. God, I gotta put that in. 82.4% of all claims are below the average. Average amount paid. What happens if I do this? Can I expand that? Do this? What did I do? Oh, okay. This is annoying. I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise going on in my house. It's distracting me. 82% of all claims are below the average paid. Do I have to do that? Okay. Okay, that's significant, you guys. That should be, you should be like scratching your head and saying, what the hell did he just show me? This amount here, this is 82% of all the claims. Over here, 17.6. 17.6% of the claims are high or greater than average. That's not what you expected, is it? It's not. File, save as, descriptives, and distribution. All right, in the last video, I'll show you how to complete the weekly progress report.